Well, hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, MCIX Stream, and today is a brand new video for you guys on MC Skull Hunter. There's been a lot of problems with MC Skull Hunter because people are confused, so I thought maybe I could just step in and help you guys out a little bit about how the gameplay, mechanics, how it all works, and maybe explain it to you guys so that when you go on the server you can eventually play it like a pro. I'll just skip right to the chase. So, MC Skull Hunter and MC Infected are pretty much related because they're made by the same owner, except there's big and major differences between the two gameplays. I'll highlight it right now. The difference between MCI, which is MC Infected, and MC Skull Hunter is that in MC Infected, you're going against zombies and zombies are going against you, so it can become outnumbered. You can become outnumbered if you're a human. You can have like 30 zombies on you. Unlike how it is in MC Skull Hunter. In MC Skull Hunter, what happens is that you're in a team of equal number against another team of the equal number. So there are going to be 4 people in your team and there are going to be 4 in the other team. Or in case of an odd number, there's going to be like 6 in your team, and there can be 7 in the other team. So that's the big difference. It's a team-based gameplay in Skull Hunter. So you work with your team to kill the other team. And that's what makes it much more fun in some ways, because when you work with the team, you can collaborate, but sometimes you enjoy getting outnumbered. It's a thrill in MC Infected, but it may not be one in MC Skull Hunter. But it's still fun, I'll guarantee you that. So in terms of how the gameplay works, first when you get into the spawn, you should take a look. Around you, you'll see an ender chest. So that what you should be remembering what it is, and you should remember what direction your spawn is, because you might have to visit it a lot if you collect skulls. I'll get to what skulls are later. Yeah, so you're in the blue team or in the red team, and it notifies you right in your chat. Okay, so you might ask, how do I find out what team I'm in? And that's pretty much a question I've seen a few times before. Well, it's pretty simple. If you're in the blue team, people who are in the blue team will have a blue name tag over their player, and people on the red team, which is your opponent, will have a red tag over them. Common sense, eh? So that makes stuff really easy for you. So it's PvP, player versus player, go kill the red team. Now, here's a twist. It's like if you've ever played Modern Warfare 3 and other COD games, you have a game mode called Kill Confirm. It's just like that, and I'll show you why. When you kill a person of the opponent team, they're going to drop a skull. This skull should be collected by you, and it'll show up in your inventory if you collected it, and it will notify you in the chat. It should be a skeleton skull. So pick it up if you kill a person. It gives you XP, and that's what you should be collecting to win the game. Once you collect a skull, you should race back to the spawn, because that's where you deposited it. To deposit the skull, what you need to do is right-click the ender chest. Here's the twist about it. You shouldn't really use and deposit your skulls right away. Here's why. When you deposit a skull, you get all your hearts are replenished. So you get back all your 8 hearts, if I'm correct, back if you deposit the skull in the ender chest. So that's why you can use this for a strategy. If you killed a person and you only lost 1 or 2 hearts, you shouldn't just go back and deposit your ender skull. Oh, not your ender skull, your skull. What you should do is kill 2 or 3 people, and then when you have 3 to 4 hearts left, or 2 hearts, you should go back to the spawn and deposit it. It'll be much more efficient for you, and it has strategy in it. You'll deposit 3, and you get your hearts back. It has the same kill streak system, so you get food. So that's pretty much self-explanatory. Yeah, if your team member died next to you, the first thing which you should be doing is go to the skull which was dropped by your team member, because what you can do is deny the skull so the other team can't pick up your skull, because in the end the one who has the most skulls deposited in the ender chest is the team that wins. So you should try denying skulls if your team member dies, so that the other opponent team doesn't have a chance of depositing skulls in the ender chest. So that's really it for the gameplay. It's actually pretty simple, and it's just simple. It's like really simple. That's why I'm saying simple so many times. You just have to go, kill, take the skull, go back, deposit, and deny your own team members' skulls. So hopefully that explained that. I'll talk to you about classes now, because classes also define the game in different ways. Now, classes is how you're going to play the game. So it depends on what your game is. So you have two different types of classes. Donor classes, which are for people who donate money to the server. It depends on how much money you donate, and that is how many different donor classes you get. But the default ones are also pretty nice. So I'll highlight three of them, the main ones which define gameplay. You have Juggernaut, you have Soldier, and you have Archer. So these three things are slightly different how they work. When you're a Juggernaut, you have really powerful armor, and you have a stone sword, so which is pretty underpowered, and you have slowness potion, which is also pretty underpowered. So it makes you a heavy player, meaning that you can actually go ahead and take a lot of hits, but you can inflict as many hits on the other player. When you're an archer, it's pretty simple. You get a really powerful bow with 16 arrows, and you get leather armor. So you are underpowered in terms of taking hits, but you're pretty much overpowered in terms of shooting the other opponent. Soldier is a kind of class that makes you go out there, and you should go out there with Soldier because it gives you a diamond sword and chainmail armor, meaning you can't take many hits, but you can put a lot of hits. So these are well balanced, and they did a good job there but making it balanced. So it depends on what your game is. Are you the guy who likes to sit back, try to consistently take skulls? Are you the guy who would risk for your team and go ahead and take as many skulls as you can and then die? Or are you an archer who likes to sit back and support the people? And archer, and let me tell you, a lot of people think archer's underpowered. Well, I do agree for some certain reasons, but it can get you pretty good kill streaks, so you shouldn't really worry about it. One thing you might ask is that, yes, Skull Hunter does have the prestiging system, just like MC Infected does, and that's defined by levels. And you have to have 100 levels to prestige. But at the moment, prestiging is pretty much useless because you don't get anything except for a cooler name. Instead of Juggernaut, if you're prestige and Juggernaut, you get Expert Juggernaut. So that's the only difference. So I don't really advise that you go ahead and prestige. About XP. So there are a few ways to get XP in the game, and there's one way to find out how much XP you have and how many levels you've crossed. When you get XP, there's different ways of getting it. As I've said, you can get XP by killing another player, killing your opponent, denying the skull of your team, claiming the skull of the other team, so that means picking it up, and depositing the skull to your team, to your ender chest, your team's ender chest. So those are the ways of getting XP, and to find out how much XP you got, it's really simple. Just take a look at your XP bar. That's really much. The number over there is, unlike MC Infected, it's not a timer. It's basically showing what's your XP or your levels. So that's really it for that. And you should also try doing this command in game: /class space the name of the class that you use, and then you should do space perks. So that tells you on what level what perks do you get, and they're different perks. So yeah, that's really it, and the gameplay is actually really simple. Hopefully this helps you and will encourage you to go out there and play MC Skull Hunter because it's a really good gameplay, and I'm happy to say it does have a slight popularity boom at the moment. But yeah, I think you should play it, and it's a good gameplay to play. Hopefully this video helped you. If you have any more questions, do feel free to PM me on Super Gaming, or just go ahead and type it in the comments. Do remember to rate and subscribe. It'll help you a lot in making future videos. And once again, thank you so much for watching this video or listening to this video. And MCI Extreme out.